Hey guys, welcome back to Four Towers Films, and again I'm joined by
Doug 218. What is up, Miss Thing?
How are you guys doing? It's Friday.
We made it. You made it. I made it.
We all made it.
Woohoo!
Well, depending on where you are in the world, it's Saturday, but North America's Friday. So, Big Brother Season 7, Big Brother Canada Season 7, episode number 8 is in the can. It's an eviction episode.
Eviction number 3.
And yeah, pretty much went down how we figured it would.
Oh, it was ugly. It was.
Well, yeah, kind of, but not unexpected.
No, the writing was on the wall. She was slick. I will give Mama K her props. She did work hard.
Well, as Mama K got evicted by unanimous vote.
Yeah.
Nobody voted for her, which is interesting considering what had been happening the last few days before, like after the veto, and after the veto, they were kind of actually seriously considering keeping Mama K because.
You kind of alluded to this
from the live feed, so we got to see some of that last night. With Adam and Dane were talking, and Adam's being I don't know what the deal is, but he was paranoid or something.
Yeah, the boy was edgy, and I don't get a chance to watch the feeds all the time.
No, but I mean, just even in the show last night, and kind of worried, I guess, about maybe there being a girl alliance and that they're going to want to pick off the guys. And although none of the girls have really said this, I'm not quite sure. Maybe you guys have seen it on the feeds. I haven't seen it really anywhere on the feeds. Why that would even come about? But so Dane and Adam were talking out in the hot tub, talking about that Chelsea and Sam.
Well, it was all about because Mama K brought them all in. She's like, I know.
Yeah, but that was during this. They heard that afterwards, wasn't it? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So they're all hanging in the hot tub, right? Mama K brought them all up, the ones who were left in the house.
I want to have a talk with everybody and blah blah blah.
Which makes, because of course she has a right to fight for staying in the house. So
she laid her truth on the table. She's like, I'm going to tell you this.
It's the Sam and Adam show. They're running the house. Well, the four of them, she's talking about Kira being part of that group too.
And Chelsea.
And Chelsea.
So she goes, you know what? I'm not 29 years old. I'm 42.
She admits it. Yeah, and that's just 4 kids.
And
they're like Dane and them. Oh, they knew that because I knew no 29-year-old could cook that well. I've known 29-year-olds who can cook well. I could cook at 29. So that was kind of it's not like they're 12. It's 29.
Well, exactly.
Technically not that young.
And so she goes, you know what? I want to get this off my chest. I need you guys to know this. If you don't change how things are going, you're basically
handing the game
to them. So, and I want to share this with you because I know I'm done. I'm done. So the others are out in the hot tub having a vacation, quote unquote, and all of a sudden Adam and
they all start coming back in.
Oh, time to go home and feed the animals.
Yeah, Chelsea and all them come back in the house, and of course nobody's in the rest of the house. They're finding it quiet, and they're like, okay, where is everybody? And so Chelsea goes upstairs, and I guarantee they're all in that one room, and of course they are. So she opens the door, and Dane sees her, nobody else does, and he's like, yeah. And so she goes back out, and they're all in there.
And so Adam goes stormtrooping up.
So Dane comes out before Adam can go in the room, and he's basically starting to kind of more or less get on Dane's case. Oh yeah, you're all in there, and you're all blah blah blah. But it kind of looks suspicious. You're all talking. It's like, chill out. Come talk with me. So he pulls Adam out back to the hot tub and tells, "There's nothing about you he's just talking. Which she actually did bring up Adam's name, but Dane didn't tell Adam this because she did bring up Adam's name. But he said, "Oh, she was just talking about Sam and Chelsea."
Because he's wanting to keep him on that track and calm that,
right?
And say, you know,
and still badmouth Sam because he really wants to get her gone because he thinks her as a threat to the pretty boys game. Because Adam's kind of loyal in a way to Sam.
And he's so into her. He
finally admitted it.
Into him. And it's like, oh, yeah, okay.
So he's telling him this. And he goes, all she was saying wasn't anything bad. She's just telling about her life, admitting that she's actually in her 40s. So 42.
42 and she's got
and
kids.
And has 4 kids, all that. And she's saying about Sam and Chelsea. Well, Sam is out in that kind of hallway area leading to the hot tub, and she overhears some of this.
She doesn't
hear the whole thing. She hears just her Dane throwing her name out. And Adam said, oh, yeah, maybe we need to think about this. Maybe we shouldn't be so trusting of those girls. All this. Sam overhears this. And she goes hightailing it back in all the way up to Chelsea's room.
She's twanging hot.
Which makes sense because none, like Chelsea and Sam, haven't done anything to make any. Well, we know why Dane wants Sam out, but she doesn't know that. To make them suspicious of them. So she goes up and she tells Chelsea what she heard. They're throwing our names out. They're putting us under the bus. And so they're playing us. They've been playing this all along. And so now Chelsea's upset. Mm-hmm. Kira comes in, and they fill her in, too.
And Kira does that.
So now they're like, maybe it would be not such a bad idea to keep Kaylin. Because they know who her targets are. The thing is, Sam's also her target. So it would kind of almost be a double-edged sword for Sam, because she knows Kaylin would go after Adam and the boys, but she'd also come after Sam, because they've been on the opposite sides of the house. So it's really be a tough decision for someone like Sam.
It's kind of that catch-22 thing. What do you do? And do you really want to bring someone back in that is gunning, keep someone that's actually gunning for you, that has unequivocally said they need to go?
Right. Because they're running house. And I mean, Mama Kay hasn't made a secret of this. No. I mean, they know what she's saying. It's not like she's doing it behind their back. She's actually saying, and they can hear her saying it. So it's not like they don't know it.
You know what? I respect that. I respect that heck out of that.
She's blunt. Ooh. Like, Mama Kay was very blunt. And that's actually why a lot of them on the other side of the house did like her. Yeah. I mean, actually, even the ones on the outside did like her, too. It's just they found her dangerous. Yeah. Because she's a real player.
And she's a talker, man.
Very good. Very good talker. Very good. It's just too bad she didn't get into the more powerful alliance. She definitely getting on far if she'd been on the right side. But as we all know, in how Big Brother works, this alliance not going to stay in power for long. If the power will shift eventually. It always does.
It's just the law of averages.
It always does. So now, the women now are kind of suspicious of them, and they're thinking the guys who played them.
And, the guys are now... It's created a lot of dissension in the house between literally the sexes. It's like literally throwing that line male, female now.
Well, to those particular ones, yeah.
So we found out who got access to the Leon Lounge.
Okay, so we found out Canada voted and again picked Damien. Canada likes Damien. So he had to go to this almost like the scavenger. It was funny. The scavenger hunt thing, and they had clues. It's because he was in the backyard where the hot tub is, and it's like parachute thing skin. And he picks it up and he reads it, and they had to burn the notes, and no other house guest could find it, and he had to keep it top secret. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, not draw attention to yourself.
Not draw attention to yourself. So the first thing he had to do was go
to the
HOH room. So he burned it, and he's like casually walking around. He goes up to the atrium, and luckily nobody's there. Like Kiki, I think, and Esty were kind of hanging out. The couches out front of the
Kiki's
atrium.
laying on the couch like this. She looked up, watched him go in.
He went in, but a lot of them do that anyway. Like they'll use the bathroom, or they'll just hang out there. They'll listen to music. They do, so it's not like it would be unusual for them to do it.
Well,
So,
that's the thing. As long as you don't draw attention to yourself.
right. Which he didn't. Nobody really noticed. Nobody even saw him walk by. They're all in the kitchen cooking. He walks right by them. Nobody says anything. And so he goes in. He's like looking all over under the bed and the bathroom and drawers.
Finds clue number 2.
Up
Over
on
the door.
rafter, up at the top of the door. So then it says to go under the couch. No, the second one, the next one was in the have-not room.
So he's going.
Or it was the reverse. It was in the have-not room anyway. So he goes down and he's casually walking and nobody notices him, goes into the have-not room.
Because everyone's so
Well, they're cooking and
self-absorbed
stuff.
into everything else.
And so he's looking all around and it's one of the chairs kind of on like the back on latches and it's stuck in there. So he gets
There's the third clue.
or the second. We might have that reversed. But anyway, so then
The HOH.
then
seats.
it's underneath the seats in the living
And-
room.
oh, the
in the living
eviction,
room.
and the eviction seats, yeah.
Where they all sit. So and he lays down on it, like he's stretching his legs and stuff.
And then
And
he's
Kira walks by, or no, it's Corey walks by. She's gonna go run or go exercise.
yeah, I'm going to do a good stretch, and then blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I'll be out, in a little bit.
And so she walks away, and he flips over into his stomach, and he reaches under, and it's attached to underneath the couch. He pulls that down, and he's looking at it. And then the last one.
But the funniest thing was behind it, he's like, he's laying on his belly, and he's tucking it into his shorts. It looks so inappropriate if you were to look from the kitchen or somewhere else. It
You'd
looks like,
wonder what he was doing.
it's like, yo, dude.
It was pretty funny.
Okay.
So then, I think that was the last clue, wasn't it?
He had to get to the archive room.
Yes, the secret room. And he goes, luckily, I already know where it is.
But the problem is, there's Kira. She's cooking, and he
In the
gets
kitchen.
in the kitchen. So it's like he's like, go.
Well, because then she said she had to use the bathroom. And he's like, okay.
Very matter of fact.
Kind of random. So then she...
I have to pee.
TMI? No, she didn't say pee. She said she had to poo.
Oh.
She outward said it, like, that she had to poo.
It's like, good to know.
And he's like, he looks at, okay. And
Okay.
then she goes, okay, be right back. She's like, looks at him for like, and I'll be right back. And then so she goes, and then he's like looking around, and everybody else has disappeared at this point. And so
Yeah, that's what was weird. The house got eerily quiet.
maybe they were back at, I don't know. We don't know where they, well, I know Kaylin and Anthony were playing pool because he was looking around to see where everybody was. Dan was kind of wandering. We don't know where anybody else was because they were cooking, but then after that,
The kitchen emptied
they
out,
were,
yeah.
I don't know where they were. So a lot of times they hang out in the bedrooms or in Chelsea's room. So he goes into like where the archive room is, and then he goes back into the secret room, the Leon's lounge. And he still tries to get the blood beat out, which
And
of course the alarm goes off.
He's like, damn it.
And so then he gets to choose which the house guest he wants to have information on, his friends or enemies. So he picks Sam and Mark, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, huh?
But with some of the most useless.
Well, it wasn't actually stuff since they've been in the house. It was like, I don't know how we can really use this information because it was basically, are you a good liar? What kind of a liar are you?
Well, it was like they're in
Their
entrance
interview.
interviews.
Look, we saw the first episode when they first. It was that.
Yeah.
Part of it, but it was only like 3 questions. Maybe we saw more, but that's all they showed us. Like, what kind of a liar are you? She said she's a mediocre liar. Mark said she's a good liar. Well, good to know.
How many seasons?
How many
did you watch?
seasons? Mark's seen them all, where Sam's only seen 3 full seasons. And then what what was the last one? Last question.
Don't remember.
Would you show the house guests like who you truly are? And Mark said, as much as he can. And Sam goes, absolutely, she's going to show who she is. So that's all he got to see, or that we saw. So I don't really know how that helped him.
Exactly.
But,
that's what we were talking about. How's that going to help this
At
guy?
this point, I mean, they've been in the house now for about, 2 weeks. So I don't really know how that's going to help them. But
It's kind of a wasted
I would think
twist.
I think it would have been better if he was able to see actual conversations
from like around the house.
like around the house of those people, like of Sam or Mark, that kind of thing. That would be more helpful.
And you know where
than
you
that.
stand. Yeah,
I think
for sure.
so. Anyway, he got to see that. And then what was really funny, how both Adam and Sam were both trying to say that they're not in the showmans, that they're just friends while they were in the HOH room.
And they were
And Sam was listening to music and dancing, and Adam's looking at her like, And it was true, he was. And so then,
puddle of drool on
and
the
so,
floor.
and then she jumps into his arms, and they start kissing. Well, they're kissing on like she shares one of the earbuds, and they start kissing. And then as they're dancing, she jumps in his arms, and they start kissing. Chelsea walks in, and he almost drops her, and she's like busted.
And Chelsea's laughing.
She's laughing. She turns around and walks right back out, and they're laughing.
And Sam's like, Chelsea.
No, it wasn't anything.
It wasn't anything.
And she's like busted. Yeah.
And then it cuts her in the diary room. Okay, whatever.
It's pretty funny. If you haven't seen it, you got to see that.
It's worth the giggle.
It was hilarious.
So the eviction comes up.
So the eviction comes up. And of course, they get to say why shouldn't you evict us. And Damien was pretty much, standard kind of thing. And then Kaylin gets up. And she stands up. She goes, I want everybody to put out their left hand. And then she goes around and she's like doing this to everyone. And she's like, I've just taken $100,000 and the title of Big Brother Canada from you, and I'm giving it to these people here because that's what you're doing, because you're taking the easy route and evicting me instead of working with me against them. It was really good.
It was a really
good speech, because then she's like saying to Chelsea, you called me out, calling me a liar, and not trustworthy, and you told me to my face I was good and that you wanted to work with me and things like that. Yet here we are. And it was a really good speech. And just the looks on their face, especially Chelsea's face, was like, priceless.
It was like a pipe bomb dropped in the center of that room. So Arista goes, thank you very much. Now it's time to vote. So of course everybody goes in, and I think I think most of them do like her. It's just, she's a wild card player.
Well, not really. It's not really a wild card. She's a hard player, and if she's not on your side, she's going to work to get rid of you. So of course everybody voted her out, and I think only Esty said that she was sad to vote her out. Although there were other ones who did, like her, but she's the only one who said she was sad to vote her out.
And
so
without hesitation, it was like boom, 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 Mama K, Mama K, Mama K.
So Mama K got evicted, and which I thought was really nice. So she's going out. She's like, I want you all. I wish you all will have what I'm going back to as I walk out of this house. I thought that was classy. I think she's classy.
Right.
I really like Kaylin. I think she's a classy player.
And I think she represents, the 40-somethings very well. Mm-hmm. She represents.
Well, and what's sad, and we've said this before, and perhaps some of you agree with us, that the problem, and she even said it, the problem with shows like Big Brother
is that age demographic.
It's the age demographic. And like she said, that's why she lied about her age, because they're usually the first ones voted out. Like they're useless or something because they're not 20. you know, and that's not the case. Usually she'd have more wisdom or
Yeah.
experience that they could actually use to get them further.
Well, like she said, I couldn't connect with these kids.
Well,
You
no,
know?
well, I think it wasn't just because of that. I think she couldn't, not because of the age difference, because a lot of them are in their 30s, which isn't that much younger. But I think it's because she had to lie about who she was.
Yeah.
Like she was pretending to be 29.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't talk about her husband. She couldn't talk about her kids. And that's a big part of who she is.
Well,
so that's why she couldn't connect. She wasn't really showing them her. And maybe if she had said that, maybe they would have connected.
Yeah.
Like even Chelsea said, and Dane said, they knew there was something off from the beginning. And maybe that's why they didn't trust her from the beginning, is because she didn't look in her 40s. She looks pretty young for her age, but not that in her 40s is old. It's not, but I think it's because when you're trying to be somebody you're not, you can't really connect that well, because you always have to be careful with what you say. So maybe if she felt more comfortable saying her actual age and that she was married and had kids, she could have connected with them better, and maybe she'd still be in the house.
I got the best giggle out of that. She goes, all these young somethings walking around in bikinis. I've had four kids. That ain't happening.
Ain't no bikini. I'm not doing that.
I ain't doing that. I'm like, there's someone that's secure in who they are. Their body type and all that.
Actually, one thing, and I realize not all people who are in their 40s or even in their 30s feel that way, but one actually positive about getting older is you care less about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You are actually more secure in who you are. Usually, then it's not all about looks anymore. Mm-hmm. It's not about, I have to have six pack abs and flat stomach. Now, granted, there are people who still feel that way, but usually, for the most part, most people are more interested in their accomplishments than what they look like, which is more important in the long run anyway, because beauty fades. I mean, yes, Kaylin is still pretty, and there's plenty of people in their 50s, 60s, 70s who are still gorgeous. But you're not going to go with no lines and no wrinkles or no gray hair anymore, and that's a fact of life. Nobody gets out of this perfect, so
they don't come out of it unscathed.
No, of course not.
And so,
and if you can accept that, it's much better for you.
Oh yeah, like she gets her goodbye messages, and some of them are.
Most of them are really good. None of them are harsh or mean.
And Anthony had a lovely message for her.
You can see that they actually did connect.
Like you said, you really represented
a strong, powerful black woman.
And you know what? I think.
Which I think she did.
And I think a lot of ethnic communities need to know that there are strong role models out there. Positive
or
men.
Men. I mean, Anthony, I think, is a good. He seems like a positive role model too. I haven't seen enough of them really. They don't. The shows, especially, aren't really focusing much on Anthony. I mean, you see him, and yes, actually, when you listen to him, he's talked to Corey in the live feeds. He's pretty intelligent. He knows what's going on.
He's kind of like that, smooth talking, big teddy bear. He just kind of lays back.
Yeah, he's very laid back. Which is nice.
Which is nice because there's a lot of these.
He's not as big of a personality as some of the others. Which, I mean, is okay, but something can be grating. Like sometimes if you have too big of a personality, it can actually kind of get annoying.
When you look at him and go, just go over there.
Because like Sam is not well liked in that house. Like some of them like her, but she's not. I don't think she's like as she thinks she is. From what we've been seeing, like what I've seen on the live feeds, and you guys probably agree.
She's one of those people that you can take in small doses.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm sure, like, if she was a family member, you'd be glad that
when she went home. Sorry, I'm sure she's nice. She seems nice, but it's and it may be because it's the house, but I don't know.
Sometimes the show brings out
the worst
aspects in people's personalities.
Yeah, sure. And a lot of Big Brother people who've been on there before have said that they're not like that in real life.
Well, look, the one season of, to kind of go with this point, the one season of Big Brother that they actually first time ever, they had to put a disclaimer
Oh, yes. Y'all remember that season?
because the venom and the hatred that was getting spewed back and forth, and
Yeah, a lot of like racist and prejudice type stuff. That was a really bad season. That was a few years ago. I can't remember off the top of my head what season it was, but if you guys do, put in the comment box, because a lot of people watch it for a long time, and it's a season you're gonna remember.
and people paid the price for that.
Oh, people lost their jobs. Like about 4 of them, I think, lost their jobs from that season because of their comments.
Yeah.
And how they acted. I mean, that's the thing.
It's something when their employers come out and go, we didn't know that this aspect of was in this individual.
Right. And yet it came out. Or they don't show that to their employer. Yeah. They might show it to their friends, but they don't show it to their... I mean, let's face it. I mean, I know they all said, oh, that's just the aspect of the house. But you're not that vile just because you're in a house like that. You know what I mean?
There's cameras around.
That's in you already. I mean, you're that comfortable speaking that way. It's not your first time, and nobody believed it was. So
it was like just terrible stuff, and like viewership dropped.
Oh, that season, and I mean, it was almost, I think, at risk of maybe even not even coming back the next year, and even ending the season early because people were really complaining about it, and I don't blame them because that was awful.
Well, CBS was just inundated with stuff.
That was a bad season.
So after
but anyway,
it jumps to now the HOH competition,
which we know who won, but it's not done yet. It's that Buzzkill or Buzzkill, where they've done this one before. They all line up, and they have a buzzer, and there's like a buzzer countdown.
Could last 30 seconds.
It could last a minute to an hour or more. They've done it before, and so they're all waiting. And so the first one is like 30 seconds or a minute, not a minute. And then they all hit it, and Kira's the first one out.
She's like, I hit it.
Well, you were the last one to hit it, so that's why you're out.
Go sit down.
So some of you probably already know. If you watch the live feeds, you already know who won. So, but we're going to hold that information until Sunday. Because some people do not like spoilers and don't watch the feed, so we're going to do just for you. We're not going to tell you who won.
We're not going to tell.
And we're not going to tell you actually how long it lasted either.
No.
You might be surprised how long it actually lasted.
I'm not going to tell, and she's not going to tell, right?
That's right. You have to find out Sunday. We have to keep it coming back. Yeah. So, and Arissa said at the end of the show, next week is a double eviction episode. So that will be interesting. You have to stay tuned to see what our take on the double eviction episode is next week.
And to see which two agents bite the dust.
It seems a little early this year. What do you guys think?
It seems like they're moving awfully quick.
I know sometimes they do 2 double evictions in a year. One's usually the fast forward week kind of thing, or the instant eviction, and then the other's usually the double eviction. So unless they're doing an instant eviction later on, it seems a little early,
but all in all, it was a pretty good episode.
It was a good episode. Not unexpected that Kaylin was going to get evicted, but it was a good episode. It's going to be an interesting week next week.
Oh,
especially considering who the HOH is. Who are they going to nominate? Actually, at this point, not really sure who their target is.
I'm curious to see who he or she nominates.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know I don't even know who their target is at this point. So, but today, later on, if you read spoilers, you'll know, or you watch the feeds. Nominations are on Friday. Okay, well, that's it for this week of Big Brother. Come back on Sunday when HOH will be revealed and nominations are revealed. And until then, you have a great weekend, and we'll see you Sunday. Bye.
See you in the next one.
Bye.